चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निनिर्वापणं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्. While defining bhakti, Narada Bhakti Sutra says, Satu asmin paramaprema rupa. The intense love towards Bhagavan is bhakti. The intense devotion towards Bhagavan is bhakti. Therefore, bhakti is an experience. Bhakti is not an action. Bhakti is not a ritual. Bhakti is not a gathering. Bhakti is just an experience. And it is evident also, of course. It's not that we don't understand, it is abstract. It is evident. Shanti Rupat Paramananda Rupacha. It exists in our heart in the form of peace and bliss. Swataf Pramanatvat. In this way, it is self-evident. This is what Bhakti Sutra says. But to have this bhakti, Bhagavatam, a great Puranam, prescribes 9 methods. And these 9 methods are also called as bhakti. Bhakti is the, exactly if you have to define bhakti, bhakti is the immense devotion towards Lord. But the methods which can take us to that immense love towards God are also called as bhakti. They are of 9 types. This is today's topic, right? Who had chosen today's topic? Okay. Your name, please?
Kaushal.
Okay, Kaushal. Okay. Kaushal, is it because of your expertise or you are from Kaushal Desh?
It's both.
Both.
My birthplace is very near to Ayodhya.
Yeah, very nice.
Right,
Which
so
place?
It's a Bahraj. It's very
Bahraj,
close.
okay.
60 kilometers from Ayodhya.
Nice. Very nice. Sanskrit, we say it is Kosala, but in regional language, Avadhi, it is Koshal. Okay, Koshal, Kaushal, all these things comes there. Fine. Sri Ramachandra is called as Koshaleshwar in Avadhi language. Of course, he is also called as Avadhesh. Fine. So, 9 types of bhakti. Bhagavatam talks about it. Shavanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. Shravanam is to listen the stories and the virtues of God. Kirtanam, singing the glories of God or talking about God's glories. This is Kirtanam. Smaranam, being in the remembrance of Bhagavan. Padasevanam, adoring the feet of Bhagavan, massaging the feet of Bhagavan is Padasevanam. Archanam, doing puja. Vandanam, prostrating before Bhagavan. Dasyam, to be in the service of Bhagavan. Sakhyam, to befriend Bhagavan. Sakhyam. Atmanivedanam, submission. Okay. These are the 9 kinds of bhakti. So the whole path of bhakti starts from Sravana. These 9 bhaktis, the 9 types of bhakti are not steps. They are not steps. The first step is Sravana, the second step is Kirtanas. It's not like that. They are different concepts or practices to induce the immense devotion. That's all. But still, overall, bhakti starts from Sravana. Okay. Only when we sit and listen the Bhagavad Gunas, we gradually start to understand Bhagavan. Otherwise, it becomes difficult to understand him. Millions are coming to the temples, of course. Nowadays, crowd is increasing in Tirumala, in Puri, in many other places. Crowd is increasing. Okay. Because the more the stress increases, the crowd has to increase in the temples. And though many come to the temples, very few associate with Bhagavan in a devotional way. Okay. For the sake of devotion, how many come to the temple if you ask? For various reasons, they come to the temple. This is what Bhagavan himself says. Artaha, artharti, jigyasuhu, jnani cha, bharatarshabha. Okay. Some people come there to get rid of their miseries. Some people come there to get some wealth, some riches. If they pray to Lord Venkateshwara, some wealth they can get. For that they can come. Some others can come there for contacts. If we have touch with the people who go to the temple, probably we may get some businessmen there, very high-fived people. Okay, with them we can get connected. For that, sometimes some people may come. Some congregation is happening, like Rotary Club and Lion Club. Some congregation is happening. Let us go there and get some contact. For that also they can come. For fun and frolic, people can come. Okay, if you go to the temple, some what to say, Vanavedikai. How to translate Vanavedikai? Huh? Fireworks. Some fireworks happen generally in South Indian temples, and also we can hear some music. For all these things, some fun and frolic, we can go to the temple. For various reasons, we may go to the temple. But devotees going to the temple is something different. Due to the devotion to the Lord, they come to the temple, and that devotion is gained by listening to the sadhus, listening to the katha and satsanga. This is called as satsanga. By that, the devotion comes. So, one who knows the songs of the Lord, say, if you go to Srirangam or Venkateshwara to have darshan of Venkateshwara, if you go to Tirumala, if you know the compositions of Alvars, singing that compositions, seeing the Lord Venkateshwara with the lens of Alvars. Since you are Kaushal, I am telling, if we go to Ayodhya, seeing Sri Ramachandra in Ayodhya with the eye of the compositions of Goswami Tulsidas, or going to Pandharpur, seeing the Vithala with the eye of with the lens of the Purandradas, Sant Tukaram, Namdev. That is a very unique experience. Normally, that happens only when we listen to the glory of the God. That is why Shravanam becomes very vital. Listening to Shravanam, that is a starting point. Mostly. Even without that, bhakti chalti hai. But with listening, it is wonderful. Bhagavatam, the great Purana, shows two kinds of Shravanam. Two kinds of Shravanam. Even in the very beginning. One, the great sages like Shaunaka, they all gather in Naimisharanya, a place named Naimish. And they have a Kathakar there. His name is Suta, Suta Pauranika. They adore this Kathakar and they request this Kathakar to deliver the discourse. This is a kind of Kathasravana where people generally gather at evenings. Morning they have a lot of works, lot of commitments. Since they were all sages, rishis, morning they are performing various Vedic rituals. And the evening they have some time. In this time they gather to listen the stories, the Puranas. This is a kind of listening to Bhagavan's story. Another kind of listening to Bhagavan's story, that is the Uttama. This is Madhyama or Adhama, you may tell. Uttama is Uttama, the best way. Mostly the people are not in that best way. Okay. Parikshit, the same Bhagavata, we have Parikshit. Parikshit had no other commitment at all in his life. Okay. He came to know that life is transitory. He had a huge property. The property, the asset for which 18 Akshohini armies quarreled. The property for which Pandavas and the Kauravas, they quarreled like anything. They all have gone, but the property came to this king, Parikshit. See, sometimes it happens like that. After a huge quarrel, for which all these guys are quarreling, they all will disappear. And some other person will come and take all those things. Parikshit became a very great ruler. He had such a huge property, but what is of use? Because he came to know that he would die in 7 days. In a week. In a week he will die. So he is not interested in all these properties. I don't know how our properties will look if we come to know that in a week we are going to die. Okay. To Parikshit. Okay. He thought, let me give up all these things. Let me renounce all these things and let me spend all these 7 days in listening to the story of Lord. So this is the Sravanam, hearing with the dedication. Since I have so many works, I am doing all those works. Aram se, just for an hour, I will go and listen to the story of the Lord if some prasad will be available. This is one way of listening to the story of Bhagavan. Another way of listening to the story of Bhagavan is dedicating the whole life to listen. I know only the virtues of Bhagavan. I don't know any other thing. With that kind of dedication, Parikshit went to the bank of river Ganga. And since he is deeply dedicated, hmm, he attracts many sages. Okay. Normally, the listeners have to come to the Vakta, deliverer. But here, so many deliverers, so many discoursers, so many speakers are coming to Parikshit. They are sages, knowing that he is very sincere. Okay. And they are inquiring. Okay. Because it's a formality. Oh, King, I'm sorry. We are sorry that we heard that you are going to live only for a week. They are starting that. Parikshit stops. No, I don't have time. Sorry. You need not ask about all these things at all. Dashatu alam gayata Vishnu Gathaha. Enough of all these enquiries, because you may ask this question, I will tell something. Then another one person will ask the same question, I will tell. In the self pity, all these 7 days will get wasted. I don't want to waste even a second. Therefore, please stop this kind of talk and start. I request one of you at least to start a talk on Bhagavan. And they are seeing each other. At that time, the great seer Shukadeva comes. And Shukadeva, as per the request of Parishit Maharaja, narrates the whole story of Bhagavatam. He is the Uttama Srota. Okay. Because he dedicates his whole life for the sake of listening to Bhagavan. And Shukadeva is the Uttama Vakta, the deliverer of discourse. He has no other commitments. He was born only to deliver a discourse on Bhagavad Gunas, Bhagavata. So that kind of Vakta Shuka Brahman is, he's also called as Shuka Brahman. Since he is always enjoying the Brahman internally, he narrates the whole of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is nothing but the stories of Bhagavan, the Leelas of Bhagavan. And this is Shuka. Interestingly, the very word Shuka means parrot. Okay. This parrot image is used in a beautiful way. Shuka Mukhat, why he is called as parrot? And while he is painted, why always his face is parrot faced? The third shloka of Bhagavatam conveys to us Shuka Mukhat Amrita Drava Sanyutam. Okay. The fruit which is bitten by a parrot will be tastier. And this Bhagavata fruit becomes tastier since it is bitten by this parrot named Shukadeva. Shuka is Vyasa's son. Okay. So Bhagavata is taken to be a fruit. Shuka is taken to be a parrot. Okay. So this Bhagavata Pravaha, Bhagavata Dhara Bhati hai, in which there are various stories. The third bhakti is Smaranam. When we listen to the wonderful virtues of Bhagavan, if we go back to our house, we are in the remembrance of Bhagavan. This is called as Smaranam, third bhakti. We always remember that Bhagavan. And bhakti is so deep. There are some people, to them, without any visible reason, effortlessly and naturally, bhakti comes. Bhakti comes. That's very interesting. And few others also we can see, even though too much of satsanga is available to them, they never feel in their heart devotion, they never feel bhakti in their experience. See, these kinds of people also we can see. Due to some invisible, unknown reason, bhakti naturally comes to few. And that flow of bhakti cannot be stopped also. Hiranyakashipu is a very great, probably the greatest terror of the world. Even the devatas like Indra, Varuna, Agni, Vayu, they were afraid of this Hiranyakashipu. Such kind of Hiranyakashipu, in front of that Hiranyakashipu, Prahlada is glorifying Bhagavan. Prahlada was born in Hiranyakashipu's house. Okay. I don't know how devotion came to him with his kind of background. With his kind of background. Around him, he could see only the Rajasic and Tamasic people who always cut others, beat others, who are sadistic, and who hate in generally Narayana, who always hate Narayana. In that house, a Prahlada was born. And this Prahlada is the best example for Smarana Bhakti, remembering the Lord. In his life, he did not have opportunity for Shravana and Kirtana. Of course, Kirtana he does as Japa because he did not have a Goshti. Goshti in English. Gathering, that's all. He did not have a group or gathering to dance and to sing. That Kirtan, unfortunately, he did not have satsanga. It is told while he was uh, uh, in the while he was in the mother's womb, he was listening to Narada's advices. Yes, it's okay. But after his birth, he never listened to anyone, any sadhu's pravachan. Yet, this Bhagavad Bhakti is very natural to him. Always in the remembrance of the Lord, yes, when he thinks of the leelas of the Lord, he smiles by himself. When he is thinking about the compassion of the Lord, he sheds tears. Kochidrudati vaikunta chinta shabala chetana क्वचिद्धसति तच्चिन्ताह्लाद उद्गायति क्वचित् नदति क्वचिदुत्कण्ठः विलज्जो नृत्यति क्वचित् क्वचित् तद्भावनायुक्तः तन्मयोऽनुचकारः. The cruel Hiranyakashipu tried to stop him from the remembrance of Narayana. Don't talk about him, don't think on him. If you chant his name, I will throw you from the mountain. I will make you to fall in fire. Hiranyakashipu is threatening Prahlada. But Prahlada is stubborn. Prahlada never forgets Bhagavan. He is always in the remembrance of Bhagavan. This is the Smarana Bhakti. Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana. Even though Bhakti is of 9 types, these 3 is a set. These 3 is a set. Trio, we can call Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana. In the 3, this Kirtanam is again of 3 kinds. Kirtana. Singing, Kirtana is not just singing, Kirtana is opening your mouth and producing some sound. This Kirtanam is of 3 kinds. One, chanting the name of the Lord. Another one, singing his glories. Another one, delivering discourse like this. Guna, Karma, Nam. These are the 3 kinds of Kirtanas told in Bhagavata. Guna Kirtana, Nama Kirtana and Karma Kirtana. Guna Kirtana is singing. Karma Kirtana, narrating his story. That is Karma Kirtana. And Nama Kirtana is neither singing nor narrating, but just to chant Rama, 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 Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama. Like that. This is a chanting. Okay. It is told by our elders in Bhakti tradition, among the various types of bhaktis, Kirtana Bhakti is the simplest one. Even in that Kirtana Bhakti is of three types: Guna Kirtana, Nama Kirtana, and Karma Kirtana. Among these three, Nama Kirtana is the simplest one. Okay. Nama Kirtana, anybody can. To narrate the story of the Lord, you should know that, first of all. And you should memorize the verses of Bhagavat, Ramayana, and all. It becomes difficult. Even to sing the glory of Lord, um, some tolerable voice is required and some tolerable thala. Okay. You need not be a very great expertise of thala like you find in musical concert and all. Okay. We are, after all, what to say, bhajan kartas. We do bhajan. Okay. But at least even in bhajan, some tolerable thala. But I don't know thala, mela, I don't know how to sing. My voice is not sweet. If someone says like that, don't worry. You need not even sing. You just chant Rama, 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 Rama. Only two akshara, two letters. Okay, that's enough. This is Nama Kirtana, Guna Karma Nam Nam. So we have now dealt with this trio, Sravana, Kirtana, Smarana. Then I take the second set. Second set is of four kinds. Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam. I see these four as the second set because all these four are connected to puja. Okay. Padasevanam. Okay. Padasevanam means adoring the feet of Lord. This is considered to be a bhakti. Interesting. I don't know how it came because see, adoring the Lord is archanam. That itself is enough. Archanam is to offer flowers to the Lord, fanning the Lord, offering prasad to Lord. That is archanam. It's fine. Then what's the need of particularly pointing out to pada sevanam? See, the feet is extremely important in the devotional paths. Feet are taken to be very divine, sacred. It has its own significance. For several miles, Sri Ramachandra was roaming in forest in search of Sita. Okay. There was a sage named Matanga Maharshi. Before his departure from the mortal world, he ordered his disciple Shabari to stay in the hut. Be here. Chant the name of Rama. Rama will come here. When Rama comes, Shabari should be there because for all these months, Sri Ramachandra was roaming in the forest in search of Sita. He never stopped. If Shabari will be here, when Rama comes, she can make Rama comfortable by making him to sit, and she can massage the lotus feet of the Lord. Jagraha padau Ramasya Lakshmanasya che dhi mataha Lakshmanasya che dhi mataha. Ramachandra comes, Shabari requests Rama to sit. Rama got seated. Shabari takes the foot of the Lord and slowly Shabari is massaging the foot with a very great devotion, in a very soft way, in a very gentle way. Shabari is massaging the foot of Rama. Wonderful. Happy. Who is happy? Lakshmana. Because Lakshmana is thinking, see, by his soft feet, Ramachandra is wandering in forest, pierced by thorns. Even I can't go to him and tell, Bhaiya, please give your foot, I will massage. Because he is in the mood of separation of Sita Devi. But here, our granny is sitting. This old lady is sitting with her dolabula hand. What is that? Eh? No, no. Huh? Wrinkle. With her soft hand. Old lady, right? Fragile hand. She is massaging the frail. Okay. With her frail hands, she is massaging the feet of the Lord. Lakshmana is overwhelmed with joy. Now Ramachandra is seeing Lakshmana. Sorry, Shabari is seeing Lakshmana and says, My dear Lakshman, aap bhi baitiye, aap virajiye yahan. Please be seated here. Then Lakshmana gets seated. First, he is hesitant because generally he doesn't sit nearby Rama. But Rama smiles. Lakshman, baitiye. This granny is not going to leave us. And Lakshmana also gets seated. Shabari is massaging the feet of Lakshmana also. Now Rama is happy. Because he too was roaming in forest with me. Here is a granny who is lulling, who is massaging the lotus feet of both Rama and Lakshmana. So Padasevanam is prescribed as a bhakti in Bhagavat. But where to go to get the lotus feet of the Lord? To do Padasevanam, where should we go? Where to go to get the lotus feet of the Lord? We may not get the lotus feet of the Lord because we don't have darshanam of Rama, Bhagavan, but we have darshanam of Bhagavatas. Therefore, when these Bhagavatas, when they feel painful in their legs, the bhaktas, the devotees, Bhagavatas, we can massage their feet as Shabari is massaging Lakshmana's feet. Bhagavan may not be available, but Bhagavatas are available. We can massage their feet. That itself is Pada Sevanam, as Shabari massages the feet of Lakshmana. Or we can have the sandals of Bhagavan or Bhagavata in our house. Sandals, you understand? Paduka. Padukas of Bhagavan or Bhagavata in our house, and we can do puja for the sandals. Day before yesterday, someone came to me and asked, Can you make arrangement? Can you bring Rama Paduka from Ayodhya? He was asking me, Can you give that to me? I was just thinking, this is a very unique kind of request. Can you give me Rama idol? Some people may ask. I want a Rama idol. Or seeing some Acharyan, they will ask, Can you offer me Acharya Padukas? But he is asking for Rama Padukas like Bharata. Ramachandra's Padukas from Ayodhya, can you bring? I said, Why can't we have Rama Padukas from Chitrakuta? Because it is the place where Rama offered Padukas to Bharata. Having Paduka in our house and offering puja to the Paduka, even though we have the very idol of Rama, picture of Rama, or the Vigraha of Rama, still some of us are interested in having Padukas, sandals in our house. Even if you go to the temple, especially Shiva Vaishnavite temples, We all are having darshan of Narayana. The priest brings shatari. What is shatari? Shatari is nothing but the paduka of Bhagavan. And he places that shatari upon our head. Okay, it looks like a crown. Having the padukas of Bhagavan upon our head as crown. Okay. Normally, it's not good that everyone enters into sanctum sanctorium and touches the Lord, because his decoration will be dismantled. Okay. That is why there is a decorum in temple. Those who are appointed for that, and those who thoroughly know how to do puja, and those who have learnt the shastra of doing puja, some agama, alone can enter into the sanctum sanctorium and do puja. All others, we all can have darshanam of Bhagavan. That's enough. But we also may wish to touch Bhagavan, to touch the Lord. How to do it? There only our elders have this system. If the priest who is touching Bhagavan, he brings that shatari, and if he places that shatari upon our head, that itself is a touch. In that way, we are touching the Perumal, the Bhagavan. That way we need to understand. The feet have that significance. And you take Bharata regarding Padasevam. For Padasevanam, Bharata is the best example. Bharata could have returned to Ayodhya while Rama is telling, I am not going to come. With a very great suffering, Bharata would have returned. But he has done a brilliant idea. What's that? He is requesting for Padukas. Okay, that is the climax of Ayodhya Kanda. Just imagine the story without Paduka. Bharata came and pleaded. Rama did not return. Then Bharata was sad and returned to Ayodhya. The story is not ending in that way. Bharata requests Rama to offer Paduka because he doesn't want to feel that I am ruling Ayodhya. He wants to eradicate this ego while ruling Ayodhya. In fact, he is the one who is going to rule Ayodhya, no doubt, for next 14 years. And that is the pratigya of his father. Dasharatha's vow is like that. And he cannot break it. But what he feels is, I should discard the false ownership notion that I am ruling. For that, he is bringing the Padukas, he installs these Padukas as the rulers of Ayodhya. He stays in a small hut in Nandigrama, offering puja to these Padukas every day, feeling that Ramachandra is in the form of Paduka. Okay, this is Padasevanam. Following this Padasevanam, Archanam comes. Okay. After doing Padaseva, Shabari is offering fruits to Rama. That itself is Archanam. Puja. Archanam means puja. That itself is Archanam. Archanam, puja is a very wonderful ritual. Okay. It's a very unique feel. We all should know how to perform puja as Hindus. Because, of course, if you ask what is Hinduism in depth, it has so many answers. It has so many deep concepts in it. But what a Hindu does to be a Hindu, if you ask this question, where Hinduism nikkardu, where Hinduism stands, it's okay. Stands is okay, but I indicate some other thing. Huh? Get struck. Where Hinduism lies, where Hinduism holds its place. That's the right kind of expression. So many things are there in Hinduism. Sankhya, Yoga, Vedanta. In Vedanta, Advaita, Visishtadvaita, Dvaita, Dvaitadvaita, Shuddhadvaita, Achintya Beda Beda, Shaiva Siddhanta. So many things may be there in Hinduism. But now, as of now, where Hinduism holds its place, if you ask, in idol, in puja, in temple. Yes. Every Hindu has a puja in his house. Okay. Even in the foreign lands. You can't see any Hindu without a puja room or without a puja in his house. Correct? And in his puja, you can see several gods and goddesses. And you light a lamp and you are sitting in front of those gods and goddesses for a few minutes, maybe chanting something. And you offer some food. After that, you offer Deeparadhanam. Hmm? In English, you are showing light in front of Arati. Yes, Arati. Arati is a Sanskrit word, Aratikam. In Sanskrit, it is called as Aratikam. In Hindi, it becomes Arati. Arati. In Khadiboli, it becomes Arti. But Arti in Sanskrit is different. In Sanskrit, Arti means misery. Yeah. In Khadiboli, it is Arti, but in a pure Hindi, it is Arati, which is from Sanskrit Aratikam. Okay. You are doing this Deepa Aradhana in front of Bhagavan. This is the idol worship found almost in all Hindu houses. All Hindu houses, and Hinduism is holding the place there. In this way, 99% of the Hindus are connecting themselves to God. Okay, for a few minutes, just you are sitting in front of the idols in your puja chamber. That gives you an immense peace. That gives the solace that connects you to God. God can be omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, and more omnis. So many omnis you can add. Such great God is after all in my house. Is after all. Who am I after all? And he comes to my house while I am inviting. This is called as avahana. And to do puja, what should I know? Should I know great agamas? Have I to perform puja? To perform puja, should I know Vaikhanasa or Pancharatra? Those things are there. Big persons may do all those things. Those things are for scholars. Those things are for great souls. They dedicate their whole life for those agamas. But I am an idiot. I know nothing. I have only one thing to do puja. What is that? Some affection to Bhagavan. Pujam daduhu virachitam pranayavalokaihi. Padbyam abhigamachaive sneha sandarshanena me. I have only one thing, with the eye of love. With the heart of love, I approach Bhagavan. And whatever food I take, I offer it to Bhagavan. So, with that, my puja is finished. Okay. In this way, even a very normal, ordinary Hindu, a trivial Hindu is connecting himself to Bhagavan. Even some prisoners, when they go to jail, they have some pictures. Morning, they offer something to that Bhagavan. Bhagavan is ready to be in that prison with this prison. You know, any of you from Mumbai? While I was traveling in a car in Mumbai, who? Okay. Somewhere in Chembur, nearby Chembur, I could see various tunnels, Inside the tunnels, some Biharis, some UP walas, they will be staying. They have come all the way from Bihar to Mumbai. They stay generally. They don't have house. I don't know how they have come all the way to Mumbai. In tunnels they stay, that's their family. They will have a screen. I could see in that tunnel, a family is sitting with the Lord, puja. Some Rama picture, Ram Parivar picture. With that Ram Parivar picture, this family is sitting with the Lord. This puja with the Hindus, okay, Archanam, Vandanam. If you don't know how to do puja, even such a simple practice, you at least prostrate before the deity. Okay. When the family heads are performing puja, husband and wife, father and mother are performing puja, children will be roaming here and there, playing, jumping. You may do anything, yeah, or not listening to me. But at least at the time of Arati, you should come, and after Arati, you should prostrate before Bhagavan. Do namaskar. Vandanam. This is called as Vandanam. So these four are a set. What are they? Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam. Something is missing. Four. No. Padasevanam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam. Okay. Okay. Dasyam, Sakyam. 9 varanameppa. Other 6 is, 6 is 3 dana. Okay. This is another trio. Sorry, I thought it to be 4. This is the middle trio. Okay. This trio is related to the puja. All the 3 are related to puja. Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam. Now let us come to the last trio. I may not have time to finish, but of course, she said up to 9 o'clock I can talk. Okay, fine. Not 8:45. Huh? Next, last trio. Sakyam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. These 3 are a trio. Okay, this is interesting. And when you see, regarding Sakyam, I think first we need to take Dasyam in this line. Yeah. The best example for Dasyam is Hanumanji. Okay, as soon as we think of this Dasya Bhakti, Hanuman, we are remembered. In fact, there is a shloka, a very nice shloka, which talks about the examples of Navavida Bhakti, 9 bhaktis. Examples, for example, Sravana Bhakti, Parikshit, Kirtana Bhakti, Shukadeva. In that shloka, all examples are from Bhagavata Mahapuran. So, the one who made that shloka, no doubt, is a very great Bhagavata Rasika, a connoisseur of Bhagavatam. But in these 9 types of bhakti, when it comes to dasyam, instead of taking some example from Bhagavatam, he jumps to Ramayana. That's interesting. For dasya bhakti, he is showing Hanumanji as example. He could have showed someone from Bhagavatam. For example, in Krishna Avatar also, the devotees in dasya bhakti were there. Uddhava, Akrura, so on and so forth. Such kind of bhaktas were there. While he is going on taking examples from Bhagavatam, suddenly he jumps to Ramayanam when it comes to Dasya Bhakti means. What does it mean? Hanuman is set as the best example for Dasya Bhakti forever in anyone's mind. In anyone's mind. Why not Akrura? Why not Uddhava? One may ask. Of course, we should not compare the bhaktas. It will become apachara. Yet we need to understand the greatness of Hanuman. Therefore, my mind tended to contemplate on this comparative study. Akrura is a very great Bhagavata, very great devotee. When he came to Vrindavan, he was just rolling in the dust of Vrindavan, since it is the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. Such a great devotee. Akrura is such a great devotee. If Akrura himself is such a great person, what not to talk on Uddhava? Uddhava is a matchless devotee of Krishna. It is told that Uddhava has conquered Maya. Normally, the great seers are conquering Maya through pranayama, meditation, dharana, dhyana, yoga, tapasya, and all. Vatarasanaha ye rishayaha sramanaha urdhvamantinaha brahmakyam dhamate yanti shantaha sanyasinaha amalaha. Uddhava says to Krishna, the great masters of pranayama and the great masters of Raja Yoga are conquering Maya. My dear Krishna, I have conquered Maya. He is telling Krishna. Not by all those practices, but by taking your prasada. Toya upabhukta sragganta vaso lankara charchitaha. Whatever garland you wear, you give to me. And I am wearing that. And I am wearing your garment. I am massaging your feet. I am always with you. I am always extremely hectic in the devotional service of Krishna, and that is the only thing I know in my life. In this way, I have conquered Maya. This is what Uddhava says, is such a great devotee of Bhagavan. Leaving all those kinds of devotees, why this Shloka Karta, I have forgotten his name, he all of a sudden jumps to Ramayana character, Hanumanji. What is the need here? Why Hanuman is taken to be a very great Dasya Bhakta? Maybe Hanuman is more polite to Rama than Uddhava or Vidura. It's not like that. That's not the reason. That's not the reason. Dasya Bhakti, don't think that politeness is Dasya Bhakti. No. Politeness is one of the features of Dasya Bhakti, I understand. But politeness doesn't define Dasya Bhakti. To define Dasya Bhakti, only the services rendered to the Lord define Dasya Bhakti. When the scholars or when bhaktas say in Rama Bhakti, Dasya Bhakti is more important, people mistake. People think that in Rama Bhakti only politeness can come. On seeing Rama, people will be afraid, the devotees will be afraid. That is the Gambhiryam of Rama. If someone says like that, he never understands Gambhiryam at all. Gambhiryam is not to terrorize others. They don't go through Ramayana properly. When you go through Ramayana, the people around Rama, they casually move with Rama. Please understand. Without going through Rama, we assume so many things about Rama. People move with Rama in a very affectionate way. There are very casual talks. There are some characters who express their difference of opinion. Rama is tolerant. Rama is listening to that patiently and replying, responding. Okay. No need of being afraid of Sri Ramachandra. Lakshmana argues with Rama in so many places. And he remains as a dasa. Lakshmana is also a das in Dasya Bhakti. Gunaihi Dasyam Upagataha. Lakshmana remains as a servant of Rama. It doesn't mean Lakshmana is very afraid of Rama. Rama is very Gambhira. I should be afraid of him. It's not like that. If someone understands like that, it is wrong. He did not understand Ramayana at all. He did not read Ramayana at all. Lakshmana quarrels with Rama in several places. Even Sita Devi is expressing differences of opinion when talking to Rama. In a context, Lakshmana becomes angry with Rama and he expresses it too. When you go through the epic, you can easily understand, like Guha, for example. Guha is a friend of Rama. Who is he after all? He is a hunter. He is a hunter. Can you imagine an emperor's son having friendship with a tribal? Just imagine the simplicity of Rama. He is so simple that even a tribal can move with Rama. As soon as Rama sees Guha, Nishadaraj Guha, he rushes to Guha and hugs Guha. Generally, in Pravachan, it is told, even I used to tell, even I tell that, following the tradition. Well, Rama is hugging Guha. Guha is hesitant and Guha is moving away from that place. But it is not found in the literature. When you see Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, when Ramachandra is hugging Guha, Guha further hugs Rama. Tam artaha samparishvajya Guhaha Raghavam abravit. Ramachandra is hugging Guha and Guha is not hesitant. Guha also hugs Rama. That is what Maharshi Valmiki says. Therefore, don't think that Rama is very rude or he will threaten the people around. People cannot talk to him. He is very transparent. He is very casual. People can talk to him. Sugriva, Guha, Jambavan. Even his servants do that. Sumantra. He calls Sumantra as his friend. Okay. Gambhiryam means depth, that's all. Not to terrorize others or threaten others. Gambhiryam means depth. Okay. Rama is fathomless. Rama is unfathomable. That's the Gambhiriam of Rama or Krishna. Okay. But the thing is, dasyam is not this kind of a fear factor that we need to understand. Dasyam is a kind of selfless and truthful, non-betraying and selfless services rendered to a great soul. This is Dasya Bhakti. Okay. What kind of non-betrayal? Say, somewhere, betray is a very big word, very harsh word. Somewhere, if we are servant to someone, to our Guru or to the Lord, somewhere throughout life, our life we are serving, somewhere we may cheat him. That's why Bhagavatam says, Amayaya nivrityayaihi tushyet atma atmataha harihi. You need to serve the Guru without cheating, by which Bhagavan is pleased. Okay. Some cheating may happen. I'm not telling it is a criminal mistake. With everybody it happens. With everybody it happens. Except Hanuman. That is why he is a matchless servant. Except Hanuman. Even to such a great Akrura, who was rolling in Brindavana, when he got that gem. What is that gem? Semantakamani. Suddenly, he absconded. He was not visible in Dwaraka. People are talking ill of the Lord Krishna himself. Probably Krishna must have stolen Semantakamani. This is how they started to talk. Knowingly or unknowingly, Akrura brought the bad name to Krishna. And unfortunately, our poor Krishna happened to go to Kashi to meet Akrura. On seeing Krishna, Akrura is doing so many things. He has goosebumps, he is shedding tears, he is doing bhajan. My Lord has come to house, he is telling, but he is not telling that Sevantakamani is with him. He is keeping here only. By keeping here, he is doing bhajan and all. Krishna is hesitant because he is Sankuchita. Sankocha is a very important virtue. How can I ask him? He is one of my elders too. He may see me as the Lord and him as Das in the Dasya Bhakti, but to me, he is my elder. How can I ask my own uncle, have you stolen Semantakamani? So, with a very great hesitation, slowly Krishna is asking. We should not make our Lord to be in that such tough situation. Akrura is great, no doubt. But here is to human. Even with such great devotees, some flaw may occur. Maya can touch anyone in the world. This is the lesson. This is a take. We should not blame Akrura. But this is a takeaway. If Maya can conquer that's great Akrura, where are we? We should be careful. This is the lesson from that story. Okay. In this way, if you go through the bhaktas of Dasya Bhakta, this kind of cheating sensation can never be found in Hanumanji. That is why he is matchless. Point number one. In Uddhava, you don't see anywhere this cheating sensation. Okay. That is why he says, Tava mayam jayamahi. I conquer your maya. But even with Uddhava, some kind of kurai, in English, shortcoming, we can see. Serving the Lord especially in the context of Madhura Bhava, is very difficult. Because this Bhava is so soft, so gentle, so soft, so deep. In this Bhav, I hope you understand Madhura Bhav. Krishna is sending Uddhav as a messenger to the Gopikas. Uddhava comes to console Gopikas, but all of a sudden, what he does is Bhagavan is beyond all attributes. Bhagavan has no, what to say, attachment. This is what he says. Therefore, don't worry. Don't miss him because he is infinite. He is all pervasive. Don't think that he is only in Mathura or Dwaraka. He is everywhere. He is all around. That is not the thing which has to be spoken here, which can be a kind of rasabhang. Already Gopikas are drowning in misery. The separation of the Lord. Coming and talking, Bhagavan has no attachments. He is beyond attachments. That's not the way to present. In Madhura Bhava, this Sahridayam is extremely important. Hanuman can never do this when he is sent as a messenger to Sita Devi. There is not even a single shloka like this when Hanuman is talking to Sita Devi. And he exactly puts forth. It's not that Hanuman has no Vedanta or yoga. A very great yoga master, a very great Vedantin. In spite of that, while talking to Sita Devi, he is going on describing how Sri Rama is missing Sita. Okay. He is only describing on the intense love of Rama to Sita. This is called as Sahridayam. Service, especially in the context of Madhura Bhav, is not so easy. It is beautifully described by Shri Anna, my father, Shri Krishna Premi Swamigal, in Raghava Shatakam, a song in Raghava Shatakam. Prema परिपूर्ण हृदयो लक्ष्मण परमानुकूल सुमित्रानंदन पश्ये मैथिली चित्रकूट वनम. Lakshmana's heart is totally filled with the prema. With that, he is doing service. And in this way, he is parama anukul. I don't know how to translate anukul. Okay. He is parama anukul. Lakshman to parama anukul hai. Which means he thoroughly understands our bhava and he is in these devotional services. This is what Rama says about Lakshmana. Okay. Understanding the bhav of Sri Ramachandra and Sita Devi together. Attuning, yeah, Sahridayam is nothing but attuning to their heart. Attuning to their heart and serving them is perfectly done by Hanuman. That's the greatness of Hanuman. The servant is matchless because of the Lord. Because his Lord is matchless. Hanuman is such a servant, not because his Lord is terrorizing or threatening the people. Okay. There are two ways through which the politeness can come to the people around. One way, definitely terrorizing. If someone threatens us, we will become polite. Because if we are not polite, he is going to beat me. This is one way. Definitely, this is not Rama's way. The another way through which the devotees around become polite, when they feel that their Lord is extraordinarily selfless, can sacrifice, can go to the any extent of sacrificing the things for the universal welfare. On seeing that sacrificing spirit, on seeing that selflessness, on seeing that surrendering attitude to the universal welfare, on seeing that surrendering attitude to the dharma, naturally the people around him will develop the same attitude of surrender to him. Please understand. The great souls call Ramayana as Sharanagati Shastra. Sharanagati, Sharanagati, Sharanagati. Sharanagati means submission, surrender. It is not demanded. If you are not going to surrender, I will punish you. Not that thing. Okay, not that thing. But how this surrender blossoms naturally, effortlessly? This is because the object to which you surrender, it has the inherent nature of make you to surrender. Ramayana becomes a Sharanagati Shastra because of the Lord, the hero of the epic. Ram Parivar has its own depth. Say, for example, Bharata. There is no second Bharata in the world. Bharata, we have only one Bharat. The brother. Highest ideal of brother. Highest ideal of brother Lakshmana. Okay. If you see like this, there is no second Sita Devi. There is no second Hanuman. How these characters have their own depths. What is the fathom of the world of Valmiki or even Tulsi? What is the depth of these characters? There's nothing but these characters are selfless. They submit, they surrender to their Lord. That adds the depth of the characters. Why do they do that? How coincidentally all can do it, including Jatayu. How? This is because the Lord is like that. If the Lord surrenders himself to Dharma, which is aspiration of universal welfare, which is the work based on universal welfare, if the Lord is selfless, getting ready to sacrifice anything for the sake of Dharma, then the devotees around the Lord, the people around that kind of hero, will be ready to sacrifice anything for the sake of hero and can remain selfless. That is what we see in Ramayana. This is Atma Nivedana. Atma Nivedana means self-submission. Self-submission. Okay. These are the 9 types of bhakti. Okay. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam. When Hiranyakashipu is asking his son, what is the essence of the things that you have learned? There the shloka comes. Prahlada says, I have learnt bhakti, Hari Bhakti as the essence of all the things that I have learnt in my Gurukula. Hiranyakashipu becomes angry with Prahlada's teachers then. Array, you idiots, how dare you taught my son all this nonsense? They are trembling. We have not taught. They only teach Shastras, which deal with wealth and desire fulfillment. Arthakama Shastras. That's how it is told. Artha Shastras and those desire fulfilling Shastras. But this is Prahlada's derivation. You can derive the divine. You can derive the surrender even from physics, even from the neuroscience which you are learning, even from the mathematics which you are learning. Mathematics teacher may not know that. This guy derives Prahlada at the age of 5. See, Hiranyakashipu's question itself is very great. For that, we have to applaud Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu is not an ordinary person. He is not an ordinary father. If an ordinary father asks the question, what he will do, he will take the book and he will see. The end of the lesson, there will be a column called exercise. And under that exercise, some questions will come. Define density. He will ask that only that. Define density. But Hiranyakashipu never sees the text at all. He is just asking the question, tell me the quintessence of the text that you have learned. See the question's depth. Prahlada did not tell what is found in the text. He is telling that which is in between the words found in the text. The silence in between the words. He is deriving it and trying to offer it to his father. Father can get it. He is capable, but he is resisting. He is resisting. There, in that context, Prahlada says, my dear father, surrendering to the divine is the essence of all Shastras. And the surrender to divine, Shravanam, Kirtanam, methods are there. Listening to the stories of Lord and Kirtanam glorifying the Lord, Smaranam being in the remembrance of God, Pada Sevanam adoring his feet, Archanam doing puja, Vandanam prostrating before him, Dasyam being a servant of him, devotional services, Sakyam befriending him, Atmanivedanam submitting ourselves to Bhagavan. These are the 9 types of bhakti. So with this, let us conclude. Sitaram.